Of course, they're tangentially, or I mean, sometimes even intersectionally, more like intersectionally connected to the rise of fascism. And I think there's a fantastic article by Cox and Skidmore-Hess who talk about this rise of liberal fascism from neoliberal capitalism. Well, they call it neofascism, but Henry Giroux calls it neoliberal fascism. So I think that's a really interesting way to refer to it as well, especially at the given moment now that we're looking at what it is becoming with every passing day. And more and more radically so, as we see, is the case with the United States. I mean, there's really no facade anymore. It's just, out there. It is what it is. And we sort of have to take it as face value, because it's a question of survival for almost anybody and even for people who are American citizens, I suppose. It does come down to dissenting. So yes, I mean, erosion of democracy, rise of authoritarianism, and all of that has gone on since, I suppose, the advent point would be the creation of the IMF and the rest of the Bretton Woods institutions in the late 1980s. So early period of neoliberalization. And we kind of knew where this was going. David Graeber talks about this. Even Noam Chomsky talks about this. We sort of had an idea. Bob Jessop talks about this. We knew that this was going to go the wrong way. But yeah, at the minute, we see that materially this is what is happening. There is literally no press freedom. I was recently at the European Consortium for Political Science Research conference just last week. We had a couple panels on academic freedom who had to talk about why researchers based in certain institutions at the United States cannot really come back to their countries, even to their sick parents at the minute, because there's this risk of not being able to go back. There's this entire question about citizenship rights, about human rights. So look at the state of Gaza and the state of Yemen and the state of Sudan and the state of South Asia and the global South in general. And Francesca Albanese has talked about this multiple times, that this is sort of symptomatic in terms of erosion of human rights for literally everybody